Wolf Gang, we back in this thing. Top of the morning, brand new video for y'all. Today, I'm talking about the benefits of practicing Stoicism as a man. Now, just a public service announcement. Being a Stoic doesn't mean you're a robot. It doesn't mean, you're just emotionless or none of that. You're still human, okay? If you look at the dictionary definitions, then they will lead you astray. Don't look at those. But being stoic just means controlling your emotions, right? Learning how to regulate your emotions instead of having your emotions control you. It's about living life to the fullest, okay? So I'm gonna break that down for y'all. Before I do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. Show your boy some love. Help me get this in the algorithm, okay? Now, this is how it's gonna work. I'm gonna give you the benefit, then I'm gonna give you a quote from a famous Stoic and just a little feedback. Then I'm gonna move on. All right. The three famous Stoics that I'm gonna quote today is Seneca the Younger, who was a writer, a guy named Epictetus, who was a former slave, and another guy named Marcus Aurelius, if I'm pronouncing that right. He was a Roman emperor, all right? So those are the three Stoics I'm going to be quoting. So without further ado, let's jump right in this thing. The first benefit of practicing Stoicism, you will start to care less about what people think, right? Now I'm going to give you a quick quote. Away with the world's opinions of you. It's always unsettled and divided. And that was from my guy, Seneca. So pretty much forget about what the world, got to say about you or what they thinking about you, because it's going to be some people that like you. It's going to be some people that dislike you. But at the end of the day, as long as you like and love yourself, then that's all that truly matters, right? As long as you're able to live life on your own terms, you do what you feel is right to the best of your ability, then you take it from there and you have no regrets. Be at one with yourself, right? Becoming at one with yourself is one of the benefits of practicing Stoicism, all right? Next one. You will waste less time, all right? Practicing Stoicism will have you wasting less time. And now I got a quote. The one who puts the finishing touches on their life each day is never short of time. And that's from my guy Seneca again. Meaning that the one who adds meaning to each day, the one who brings purpose to each day, you're not going to live with regrets. You're going to live with contentment. You're going to be at peace because every day you're trying to get the most out of it, right? You're putting in work, whatever it is. You're putting in work. You're enjoying the moment. You're spending time with loved ones, but you're making the moment count because you realize you're not going to get this moment back. So when you practice Stoicism, this is one of the benefits of it. You really start to treasure each moment, right? That's what happens. The next thing, you will remember what things are in your control and what things are not in your control, right? You will start to separate the two, all right? So here's the quote. Where then do I look for good and evil? Not to uncontrollable externals, but within myself. Meaning, when you practice Stoicism, you're going to start to take accountability for your life, right? If it's something that you could control, okay, you're going to do everything possible to make sure that whatever it is you could control has the best outcome, right? You're going to try to navigate it to end up having the best outcome because you're able to control it. The things you can't control, you're going to learn to accept, right? And move on. Because if you can't control it, it's no point of wasting time feeling sad, feeling depressed because you can't control something. No, instead, okay, I'm gonna accept it. It is what it is, and I'm gonna learn to live with it. I'm gonna learn to deal with it. I'm going to move accordingly. Okay? So you'll start to just separate things. Okay, I could control that, so I'm going to work on that. Oh, that's out of my reach. It's all good. I'm going to leave that be. Simple as that. The next one. You won't be so distracted, right? So here's the quote. When a person can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. And that was from my guy, who was that? Oh, my bad. The last quote was from Epictetus that I used. This quote is from my guy, Victor E. Frank. So meaning that a lot of times people tend to distract themselves with pleasure, right? Because they have no sense of purpose. They don't know where they're going in life. They have no goals, right? They don't want to accomplish anything. So it's always pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. And we all know that too much pleasure is bad for you, right? It becomes unpleasurable. Too much pleasure leads to depression, actually, right? So the thing about practicing Stoicism is that you won't distract yourself from things of pleasure, because you know that distracting yourself from your emotions, or from how you feel from doing that shadow work, is going to do you a disservice. See, Stoics believe that you need to learn your emotions. You need to learn how to regulate them, right? You need to learn yourself in order to become more fulfilled in the end. If you steady trying to suppress your emotions, trying to deny yourself by steady looking for pleasure from drugs, from women, from just video games, whatever it may be, then you're just going to be messed up in the long run, okay? Then your pleasure reward system going to be all out of whack, because you're rewarding yourself with pleasure and you ain't doing nothing, right? You ain't putting in no work. You just pleasure, 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 all right? So yeah, practicing Stoicism, you're going to learn to become less distracted by the pleasures of life. More focused, all right? Next one. You will stop being so anxious, all right? And the quote is, he suffers more than necessary who suffers before it's necessary. And that was from my guy, Seneca. This goes back to when we stressing over the future, over what's to come, right? Like, oh, snap, I got that big test coming up and I don't know if I'm going to pass this and that. Oh, I don't know where I'm doing with my life. I don't know if I'm ever going to find love, if I'm ever going to have kids. We just put all these different stresses on ourselves, worrying about the future and the unknown, right? But doing that, you're neglecting yourself from enjoying the present. See, you're only going to be at peace and content when you just stay in the present, right? It's when you don't focus on, your fears of tomorrow, right? Your hopes of tomorrow. But instead, you're just right here, right now. Because this is all you can control, what you have right now. Tomorrow may not even come. Next year may not even come. So why waste today worrying about something that may or may not even come, right? That's how you get anxiety, right? That's how you get depressed, worrying about shit that don't even exist yet. So instead, Stoics believe that you focus on right now, right? You focus on today, tomorrow will take care of itself. Going back to if you put meaning and purpose in today, then you put meaning and purpose into tomorrow as well, right? Because what you do today will affect tomorrow. The next one. You will be more grateful practicing Stoicism, all right? The quote is, all you need is an attitude of gratitude in the present moment for anything that comes your way. And that's by Marcus Aurelius, right? So it's just, again, staying present and being grateful for what you have, right? It goes back to the law of gratitude. See, a wise man is grateful for what he has, and he's not, always looking for more, always wishing he had this and that. Because when you're grateful for what you got, you're going to get more, right? You're going to get more. But the man that always wants more is never going to be at peace, right? Because you're going to always need something to fulfill that desire. So you have to learn to be grateful where you're at. Be grateful right now, okay? And then that would translate into the future. So remain grateful for what you got, because it can always be worse. It can always be worse. Next, you will want less when you practice Stoicism. And here's the quote. It is not the man who has little, but the man who craves more that is poor. So it's not the man who has little, but the man who craves more. What I was just talking about. That's the real poor guy. And that's from my guy Seneca. True wealth is just being happy, knowing that you have everything you need, right? Okay, I got a house. I'm happy, right? I got people around me that love me. I'm happy, right? You know, I got a job where I'm able to pay my bills, pay my rent. I'm happy, right? It's not looking at everybody else's situation. Oh, I wish I was rich so I could do this and that. I wish I could have that so I could do this and that. No. Be happy right now, okay? Less is more. You're going to realize less is more. Because for one, when you do have a lot of fortune, when you do have, you know, all these different things, it's more stress, it's more anxiety, it's more things you have to worry about. It's more things that you're responsible for. See, a lot of rich people worry about losing that fortune. So every day they stressed, right? Plagued, worrying about, oh, okay, how I'm going to try to keep all this, you know, and not lose anything. Except for the man that has little, hey, he has less to worry about, and he's more happy, right? He's not worrying about people or somebody trying to take what he has or whatever he has, you know, being lost. No, he's not worrying about that because he knows he has what he needs. All right. It's always about what you need, not what you want. All right. Next one. And the last one for the sake of this video. Practicing Stoicism will have you become more adapting to change, right? It's going to be easier to adapt to change. The only thing constant in this world is change. Every day, right? Some change. The weather's changing. The economy's changing. Just everything around us. Always in constant motion. Always changing, right? So if you was to just practice gratitude, if you practice being, you know, resilient, if you always stay objective, then you're going to be more equipped to deal with this change, right? Here's the quote that I have for that. The universe is in flux. Life is an opinion. And that's from Marcus Aurelius, right? So the universe is always in flux. Life is opinion, right? Who's to say somebody has a better life? Who's to say somebody has a worse life? Who's to say somebody, you know, who's to say anything, right? Life is all about opinion, right? So the more that you're willing to change, the more that you're able to adapt, the more that you're comfortable with being uncomfortable, then the better off you're going to be. The better off you're going to be. See, it's the ones who can't move out their comfort zone, right? Who can't adapt, who can't change their ways, who stay fixed in a certain mindset, them the ones that suffer, right? Then when change comes, all hell breaks loose and you don't know what to do. But if you already adapted towards it, you're going to be good, man. All right. That's it for this video. A little longer than usual. But, hey, if you made it to the end, I want you to comment Stoic at the bottom for your boy. Give me some feedback. Hit that like button. Let's get this in the algorithm. And I appreciate the support. All right. Till the next video, y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and it's lit.